Hey guys, good morning. It's Dr. Jake coming at you. You know, I was sitting in the sauna this morning and I was just thinking, which I usually do, just baking and working on detoxing and just cleansing my body. But anyway, sitting in the sauna this morning, I just started thinking about the narrative that we have going right now during our pandemic. And moving forward, I'm not going to call it a pandemic, I'm going to call it a case-ademic. But one thing that has struck me and I find is odd is that we're told to follow the science. We've been told follow the science, and we've also been told trust the experts. Here's the problem that I have with that. We're told trust the experts, and then we're also told but only these certain experts. So as long as it's Fauci, as long as it's the somebody from the CDC, then we're good to go. Anybody else falls outside of that spectrum, their scientific rigor, their scientific opinion, their scientific thought process doesn't count. And in fact, not only doesn't count, but needs to be rebuffed. It needs to be refuted. It needs to be pushed back against. I will say this for the 9 millionth time. What we're doing isn't working. The cost of the collateral damage from mandates and shutdowns is going to far outweigh the deaths. I will say this again for those people that are not listening. Every death is bad. Every death is tragic. But people die. That's part of the gig. None of us are making it out of here alive. You know, one thing that I'm excited to look for is, and not excited from a yay, excited from more of a research perspective, but I want to look at the CDC vital statistics. So what happens after every calendar year, fast forward a couple months, we get to turn around and we get to look back and we get to say, what happened? How many people died? What did they die from? So we've been told 250 and change thousand people have died in our country from coronavirus or COVID. Here's the deal. Here's the rub. What's the difference from year to year in cancer deaths? How do those relate? So here's the problem. A lot of people are coming out right now. Johns Hopkins University just came out and did a study, and they retracted it shortly thereafter because of the backlash they got from the experts. But they came out and said there's been no appreciable difference in overall mortality. What that means is that while COVID is killing people, it's killing the people that would have died anyway. Now, I want to reiterate, I'm not saying that there's a death that's acceptable. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that death happens and was going to happen regardless of the virus. Those people that were going to die, whether we call it cancer, heart disease, diabetes, the flu, pneumonia, they were going to die anyway. It's just kind of like I tell people this, if you're standing on the edge of the cliff and you're right at the edge, you know, whatever pushes you over, the push wasn't what killed you. It was the fall. You were already about to fall. The push is just, it's incidental. That's just the thing that got you over the edge, right? COVID is the push right now for a lot of people. But I still want to say this, and I want to see these statistics, because when we get to that point, we look backwards. We're going to say, wow, you know, cancer usually kills 650,000 people every single year. Magically, it only killed 500,000 this year. Now, was it because cancer only killed 500,000? Or was it that this magic novel virus came along and just finished those people off before the cancer could? That's why Johns Hopkins University says there's no appreciable difference in mortality. The same people were going to die. They just died of this instead of that. What I'm interested, though, is the collateral damage. Because we're going to get to the end of this, and they're going to have to report this. How many people died of suicide? That, to me, speaks more to the damage that we are causing, that our governments, state and federal, with these mandates, with these shutdowns, with the economic disaster that they're doing, that's the real statistic. Because those people weren't going to die. But we're told to trust the experts, because the experts are all telling us one thing. And what irritates me to no end is that when you get experts who say, that's not legit, that's not the way we're supposed to be going. They get shouted down. They get deleted from social media. They get banned. I mean, a lot of them get ostracized and blacklisted for speaking out saying, what we're doing isn't working. Look at the countries with the most strict shutdowns and mandates and masks and all that. Look at their numbers. They continue to go up. Look at some of the countries that have done nothing. Their numbers they spiked and then they came down and now they're flatlined. They're done. We're not supposed to talk about that. Not those stats, not that country, not those doctors. You need to use this doctor in this country and this stat. And all that to say is that you need to be better at using your intuition. Does this make sense? None of this freaking makes sense based upon science. Oh, but somebody from the CDC said. I don't give a crap what somebody from the CDC said. Look, use your eyes. What is happening right in front of you? No. Or just be a good little boy, good little girl. Stay home, put your mask on. Be obedient, follow directions, comply. Don't argue. Do as you're told. Not I, says Jake. Not I. This is your public service announcement. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.